What's up, guys? I'm LAJ.
And this is Young Peter here.
Back at it from Legendary Sports Organizations and the Daily Grind. So, game one of the NBA Finals is a wrap. Peter, what a game. What a game, am I right?
I'm telling you, you're going to tell me that was not one of the best game ones, given the odds that were stacked for that game? Come on now, man. Like, that's just actually really good, and we have a lot to talk about with this.
Absolutely. I honestly, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, and it was meant for LeBron. He got robbed. He got robbed. I don't think there's anybody in the world that can doubt what I'm saying right now. He got robbed. Do you agree or do you disagree?
But of course, but who's to blame? Who's to blame? Because we have a lot of reasons. We have a lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, everyone's pointing at just the one person.
Well, let's throw out the options that people are blaming. They're blaming the refs. Is that a viable reason? Is that someone to? Or those are people that?
So because again, it goes back to I'm watching the game and I'm seeing LeBron get hammered, get hit in the arm, and I don't see these foul calls. And it's like, okay, I understand this man's 6'10", 270, like a beast of a man, but yet, come on now, like if he's getting harassed like that, he's getting fouled, call the damn thing. Don't sugarcoat it. Come on.
Yeah, somebody needed to take him out on a date before they started touching him up like that. He was getting straight touched up. But yeah, okay. So the refs are one of the reasons why people are blaming LeBron's loss. Two, they're blaming Jordan Clarkson. Do you think that's another viable reason for people to blame the loss?
I mean, Jordan Clarkson to me should not be taking 3 points. So pick some mid range, and you'll be fine because Clarkson had open looks. And if you're going to beat the Warriors, you're going to have to make these perimeter shots. And they were making it, especially Jordan Clarkson.
And
it wasn't until he finally started getting some mid-range. And he got something there. But you know what? Like, if he's going to perform like this, then I don't see Tyronn Lue giving him many minutes. And then, who else do they have to really put in at that point? So he has to step up.
Absolutely. And we got to, people got to also understand, literally 3 months ago, he was not necessarily on a lottery team, but he was on a team that wasn't going to the playoffs. They weren't sniffing the playoffs. He was in a different situation. To go from that to the finals with, even I'm going to say this, the greatest player in basketball right now is a completely different mindset. So I honestly don't blame him. It's just a lot of pressure. Like from one night to the other, you're a championship contender. Damn. It's got to be on his mind. It's definitely got to be on his mind. And this is the brightest lights that he's ever experienced. And I wouldn't blame Jordan Clarkson for that. It's just the lights are bright.
Of course, but this is when you have to perform.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is when you have to perform.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for
this is what you work for. This is your job. This is what you've grown up doing. This is your thing. But I'll give him a pass. I'll give him a pass just for that. The other thing, and this is probably one of the more reasonable things, but the Warriors are really that good, right?
Well, of course.
LeBron's going against 4 All-Stars, 2 possible Hall of Fame first ballot Hall of Famers in Curry and Kevin Durant, and possibly a third with Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green also being the Defensive Player of the Year. So, yeah, it's LeBron versus 4 All-Stars, and that's kind of hard. But let's get down to the real reason why LeBron lost, and that is our...
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
J.R. Smith. So...
I don't know, man. It's just like, I looked at that play, and I was hyped up. He got the offensive rebound, had one more timeout.
Over Kevin Durant, mind you. Over Kevin Durant, he got the rebound.
Over Kevin Durant. If you watch it again, he just was like looking up at the sky, looking away, and then he gets the rebound, and we're just like, wait, JR got the rebound over Kevin Durant? I was like, call timeout. I jumped out of the chair, and I was like, call timeout. He runs, I swear, he runs the opposite direction, and then I'm thinking at that point, okay, you're going overtime.
That was terrible. It's when you're playing 1-on-1 with your boy and the ball touches the rim or you get air ball, you got to get the ball and you got to clear it. You got to clear it.
When you gonna clear?
I think that's what he thought. Like, oh snap, I got the rebound, didn't it touch the rim, but I gotta clear it. Then he realized, like, yo, J.R. Smith is legit a retard, and he just messed up. If he shoots it up, hey, I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't have blamed him if he went up and attempted a floater and it clunked out. I wouldn't have blamed him because at least he tried. At least he attempted to make it. And over Kevin Durant.
I think anything would have been better than what happened. If he had tried it. He had tried a 360 layup between the legs. Believe me, it would have been something as opposed to just trying to run out the clock and then passing this short show for the contested three-pointer that Draymond blocked.
Absolutely,
that wasn't the play. That was not the play.
And you know,
the other question I pose to you is, if he did pass it out to LeBron, is LeBron making that three-pointer?
You know what? He was shooting some outrageous three-pointers. Like he would cross midcourt and take 2 steps and shoot like, I don't know, like 2 to 5 feet away from the 3-point line, and he was sinking them. If LeBron James got the ball and he didn't shoot it, he would have obviously deserved the criticism. But I honestly think he would have made it because he was shooting some outlandish shots and making them. And he had just finished dropping 51 points. I believe so. What about you?
I don't know, man. I after seeing him hit 2 game winners in this playoffs, I like to think that he would have hit it, and then everyone would have been going crazy in Cleveland, obviously, right? But obviously, it's Oracle. It's a little different. I don't know if he would have done it in that environment. So it's obviously speculation, but I'd agree with you. I'd agree with you saying, you know what, if he had the open look, shot it, made it, cool. But now let's talk about one of the things that kind of like is still pissing me off to this day. And we're recording this on a Saturday, the day before Game 2. So just a couple minutes, maybe it's a couple seconds prior. Now you're going to tell me. Now I'm going to ask you. Well, I'm just speaking out a little bit. But you're going to tell me that you're going to reverse a charge call to a blocking foul and have Kevin Durant shoot those free throws. The Cavs are up 2 at this point. It was like 32 seconds remaining, and they're up 2. I'm literally excited. Like, oh my God, they're really gonna steal Game 1. Like, what the heck? Like, this isn't happening. This is those Golden State. Everyone was saying they're gonna blow them out by like 50. Because
40.
There's just no way.
Yeah.
There's no way that Cleveland was gonna. But you know what? It's just funny that throughout the playoffs, it just looked like the Cleveland as a team just didn't want to show up until the final.
And hey,
all of a sudden, the defensive effort was obviously piss poor, but you know that's to be expected when Golden State moves the ball so eloquently, the way that they do. But honestly, like that call still gets to me because they're up 2, and Kevin Durant's driving the lane. And then he's going up for a shot, and it runs over LeBron James. He has his set feet. I understand when you're looking at it real quick, it's a judgment call, but I've never seen it. And I'm with Teron Lue, because I saw that press right at the end. I'm with Teron Lue. I don't think I've ever seen that, where you make that call, and then you reverse it. I've never seen that. So what was that to you? Was that a charge, really? Or was that a blocking call?
Nah, it was legit, like, blown call. I think I forgot. It might have been NBA or it might have been someone posted the final 2 minutes or the final minute report, and it states that the refs messed up on these. It wasn't just that charge. It wasn't just that. They messed up on a couple of other calls that last minute of the game. So the other thing that I'm also like aware of is Tristan Thompson got ejected for. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a easy foul, little foul. It was a little harsh, but to get ejected for something like that, Draymond Green is out here kicking the hell out of people. You got J.R. Smith chopping people, and they don't get ejected. But Tristan Thompson comes up to block it on there was like 5 seconds left, and he gets ejected. Come on, man, what are you doing, refs? This is where I said refs should be held accountable for their actions. They should come out and say, hey, you know what, we messed up, or this is the reason why we called it this way. Like if you're already throwing out the minute reports or the last minute reports, might as well just have the refs explain the reasoning behind those calls. I don't know, but at the same time, LeBron got robbed. Am I wrong?
That's just the easy way of saying it, but honestly, it's not even just LeBron. It's Cleveland itself. We saw another masterful performance by LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, his now eighth 40-point, well, obviously 50, but he got his eighth 40th point
plus.
game.
Yeah.
Well, 40 plus. Thank you. I was like, I know there's a way to say that without obviously saying he's scored only 40, and he tied Jerry West. So I mean, he's very well going to easily beat that record, and that's just something else to be putting in the record books for LeBron James. This just had an insane playoff. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it. Like this man's on a mission, and it just sucks that it ended like that. It honestly does. So now game 2, like, do they recover? I mean, do they really recover in game 2?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I really don't think so. I think the momentum just shifted directly to the Warriors. I think if the Cavs had stolen that game, I really do think the Warriors get shook, and mentally it messes with them. Like, yo, we could lose, and then that's what's running in their head, because Kevin Durant did not have a Kevin Durant type, of game. So a loss like this would affect them mentally. But now I just don't think LeBron is up for, another 50-point game, knowing that he's sacrificing so much to put it in the hands of the team that doesn't support him and doesn't back him up. I don't think the Cavs win it. What about you?
For game 2, best believe it's going to go one of two ways. It's going to be that blowout that I was expecting in game 1, or it's just going to be, man, I still say it's a Warriors victory. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But I just trying to figure out what kind of victory it is, because you know what? It's stuff like that. I don't know how teams can respond. That could be wrong. And I hope I am, because I want to see a great final. And I'm not trying to see this part 4, see it a sweep, and then be like, oh, great, the season's over, and, yay. Like, the heck no. I want to see a great final. That was a great game 1, and I want to see more of it. But I don't know. I just don't see them recovering from that. But when they go back to Cleveland, best believe, I feel game 3 is when they'll, get that. Well, obviously, we don't know how the result of game 2 is going to be.
Yeah.
Obviously, somebody's got predictions.
Somebody could get injured, something could happen, and, it could change the course of game 3. We don't know.
It almost did. I mean, you saw that undercut bomb when JR draw. He slipped. But I felt like the fans there, they were thinking like, oh, he was intentional. And I'm like, no, but, you're obviously fans of this team, and you're going to boo regardless, even if it wasn't intentional. That just looked like he slipped, and it looked pretty bad. I thought Clay was out.
Yeah, and it turns out to be just a high ankle sprain with bruising, and I think he is going to play tomorrow, but I wouldn't risk it. Honestly, I wouldn't risk it. It's a person who's experienced a lot of ankle sprains, especially high ankle sprains. Those things are not something to play with. So I wouldn't necessarily worry so much about having to play him, because you already got Andre Iguodala questionable, and if you have another player who is kind of okay to go and you push him to the limit and it gets worse, then you got 2 big players that could really be hurting the team if they can't play at all, and you overwork them. Like Tom Thibodeau does over there.
It's not. This isn't Tom Thibodeau. It's Steve Kerr. I'm sure he cares about his players' safety. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's just be real with that.
Yeah.
What are your predictions for game 2?
I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. Honestly, I do think it's a low-scoring.
Really?
Game. Yeah. I'm under 100. I don't know. I'm not gonna say 60 or 70, but I'm gonna say maybe 100 or less. That'll be the score. What about you?
No. I just gave you.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. The other thing that I want to ask you before, based on this game that we just saw, game 1, LeBron stays or leaves?
Say that again.
LeBron stays or leaves based on this game 1?
Okay. So you're gonna ask me that? No. I'm gonna wait till this finals are over. I can't answer that now
because he could win.
I'm gonna give you the LeBron answer and just be like, look, wait till these finals are over, then ask me that.
Okay. Oh, and then speaking of the LeBron answer, how about that idiot reporter that kept asking him the same question 3 times just in a different manner?
Well, because he wants to obviously
blame JR.
hear what he told him.
Yeah.
And then he wanted LeBron to pretty much put the blame on him. And he can't. He's not like that. He's not that type of player who's going to put his teammates under the bus.
Yeah.
Because he knows it's all or nothing. It's all one team, or you're just, what's the point of playing in a team sport when you're just going to call out your teammate? Yes, he made a mistake. Yeah. But you know what? It didn't cost them. It obviously ultimately cost them the game. but it didn't cost him in the moment. As far as, if he'd done that and they were down one, then we're having a completely different conversation where, you're really stupid. But you know what? I bet anyone who's in that situation, and you know what? You're surprised you got the rebound over Kevin Durant. And yeah, you're rushing out, but you have two guys lunging at you, trying to get that ball out of your hands, and you're panicked, man. And he's shown like he's not really meant for that type of moment. If he had just passed it out to LeBron and he had found him earlier enough, we'd have a completely different story.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
you know what? I'm still gonna be harping over that missed call from the ref. It should have been a charge. So everything that happened after that, honestly, because George Hill missed a free throw too, and then now you're telling me in a 2-minute report that now Draymond Green had a lane violation. Why did they put that out? Why did they put that out there?
Yep. Whether you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our little predictions for tomorrow, or a little dive into our thoughts into Game 1 of the finals. Can't wait for tomorrow. Hopefully, it does turn out better. And honestly, I'm rooting for LeBron to win now. Not because I'm a fan of his and I'm growing to him, but because it's unfair what he's going through to attempt to win the finals or win a game. He's played against everybody, including his own teammates. So with that being said, I'm LAJ.
This is Young Peter.
For Legendary Sports, make sure you check us out on YouTube. It's a Legendary Sports organization. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and catch our shows at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 9 Eastern. We'll give you live information, live feedback, all that stuff, and we'll do some giveaways. And we'll catch you guys next.
Yeah, please take this man's shoes. Please, we have shoes that we're trying to get away. Come on, Lakers fans. I know you guys just want these shoes. So
for weeks, I've been trying to get away. But with that being said, we'll catch you guys.
Be exact.
We'll catch you guys next time. You guys have a great day.
You guys have a good night.